All right, and on that note, we are back, Super Bowl edition. We got a new episode. It's the trifecta is here. Todd's here. Craig's here. I'm here. It's Black History Month. It's the first week of February. There's a lot going on in the world.
Got a array of tan, brown people in this room right now.
Light skin's back, baby.
A whole bunch of different types of shades down here today. Oh man, we got a lot to talk about, man. We got a lot. We're gonna try not to get canceled, but we got a lot to talk
I'm all about trying to get canceled.
I mean, the Rams canceled Jared Goff. We gonna get into that before we get to the Super Bowl. This was, I guess, I was talking about this. I've been talking about this for a while. Like Jared Goff. I mean, what's happened to this dude? And then we find out they weren't too happy with him because he doesn't like to take risks as a quarterback. He doesn't like to, make those throws, those crazy throws. He doesn't like taking risks, and the coach was trying to get him to take risks. And they just weren't happy with him, and they was just like, woo, they ain't got no draft picks until 2024, first-round draft picks.
Well, I'm not too mad at the trade because, I always wanted to see Stafford in a better situation just because Detroit is like almost the bottom of the barrel. They're not the maggots.
Yeah.
But they're down there somewhere. Mm-hmm. They're like, a leaky diaper in the bag, kind of. Just not maggot production-wise.
Uh-huh.
So, honestly, I just want to see what Stafford would do. Because overall, he's better than Goff stat-wise. And we all probably think he's better skill-wise.
Yeah.
So, it's better for him. I don't know about Goff, though.
See, I see Goff as kind of like an Alex Smith type. You know what I'm saying? He can bring the ball down the field, but he doesn't like to throw interceptions. He doesn't like getting hit. I like Matt Stafford to the Rams, but they overpaid grossly. I feel like there was a lot of quarterbacks on the market they could have got for cheaper. 2 first-round picks and a third. Matthew Stafford hasn't won a playoff game.
Ever.
Hasn't got anybody to a bowl game. Yeah, you've given him some weapons and a great defense, and he is better when his defense is good. But I feel like he's highly overpaid, but I do think he is the guy that might be able to get them with that team to the ship.
I think the reason they got him because they know he likes to take risks as a quarterback. He can
sling it.
Yeah, he could throw that ball. And with Goff, it seemed like they were just like, whatever you want, we'll give it to you. Because that's what it seemed like with this, giving them 2 first-round picks. They don't got a first-round pick until 2024. You got a great defense, so now is a matter of their running game was like top 10, I think, in the league. They averaged like 126 rush shots per game. So adding a quarterback with the receivers, they got receivers that can make plays. So maybe, but
Now, do you think they might have gave that much up just because they were just sick of having Goff and just take him. We'll give you whatever.
Pretty much.
Well, you got to think about it. One, when you use a draft pick, guarantees you nothing. Just because you pick someone in the first round, even number 1 overall, doesn't mean he's going to pan out. Stafford has proven that he's a quality receiver. He's always over 4,000 yards a season. Yeah. So that's one side. 2, besides quarterback, what do they need? They got top 2 defense in the NFL. They got Aaron Donald. They got Jalen Ramsey. They got Kupp and Woods. They've got their tight ends in Everett and Higbee. So what do they need? Yeah. They need a quarterback. They don't need first-round draft picks over the next 3 years. Yeah.
I agree. I think their window was these next 2-3 years. That's their window because Stafford has 2 years left on the contract that he has. Mm-hmm. And Jared Goff, he had just signed a 4-year, I think it was like $130 million deal, and he was only like in year 1 of that deal too.
And they gotta eat like $22 million of his contract.
Yeah, so this just tells me they were willing to pay whatever price just to get Goff out of here because nobody, especially after you give the dude signed the contract. The past offseason, you're going to want him to get rid of him. But just some numbers wise, Goff the past 3 years, it's like everything's been going down. 2018, he had 32 touchdowns, 12 interceptions. 2019, 22 touchdowns, 16 interceptions. 2020, 20 touchdowns, 13 interceptions. That's 41 interceptions in a 3-year span. And the turnovers have been going up. The yards, touchdowns going down, yards going down. And, if you look at Matt Stafford's best year as a pro, it was 2011, 5,000 yards, 41 touchdowns, and 16 interceptions. And then after that, he had a 6-year span where he threw over 4,000 yards each season. So he could do it, but we just don't know in the big stage, like in the playoffs, can he do it?
And the way Stafford's looking, like he's just like, he's a solid quarterback. When you look at Stafford and how he's ranked within the league.
Yeah.
Now I think about it too, they probably could have held off a little longer just because of all the other quarterbacks coming in, Watson.
See, that to me, that's the biggest question in my mind is like, did you make a play for Watson before you went after
Did they
Stafford?
have intentions of making a play for
Yeah,
Watson?
because I feel like Deshaun Watson, 2 first-round draft picks sounds right. I mean, I wouldn't want, like, if I'm as a wanting him to New England Patriots, I wouldn't want to give up 2 first-round draft picks for Deshaun Watson. So, like, I feel like that's a good price. I feel like that would be a third round and 2 first seems to make sense, but I don't know.
And too, like I was just saying, like LA is very welcoming. I mean, any quarterback want to play in LA just because the weather. And you would think Watson coming from Texas probably want to stay in a relatively warm climate. I'm sure he doesn't want to go play for the Jets.
Actually, Jets is his number 1 option.
No, I'm sure it's an option, but I'm sure if you give some of these better warm weather teams with better records and better situations.
Yeah.
Open the door to him. I'm sure he'll at least peek inside the room.
Yeah, definitely, definitely, and also LA, you're not gonna get that much scrutiny as a starting quarterback. I mean, we just talked about golf. He just went to. He barely got screwed. Yeah, he's a California kid.
He probably get the little leeway just because he's from there.
And Matt Stafford, he's been like the least scrutinized number 1 overall pick in league history. Like,
he's from Texas, right?
Yeah, he's from Dallas, I think. And, he's been 11 years in the league. Have you ever heard any type of scrutiny against him, despite how bad they've been his entire time? Like,
his benefit, though, he doesn't talk. Yeah. From what I hear, he's not a talker. He just plays the game.
Yeah.
He doesn't really have any, like, enemies. You don't hear anything about him in his day-to-day life, beating the women up.
Yeah.
Nothing ridiculous.
It seems like Detroit is considering maybe a tank season this year as well. Because I mean, you're not getting Jared Goff expecting to make the playoffs even this year. Yeah. So you're looking at another rebuild season. Which means maybe they're gonna trade away Galladay, let Marvin Jones go, and then spend the next 2 years building a team.
I think Galladay's a free agent. I think
let's let him go. Yeah. Oh yeah, he is a free agent. All right, so just maybe not sign him back.
Somebody get Marvin Jones. It's about to be clean house time in Detroit, time to start over. But I mean, those fans in Detroit, they just like whatever. I mean, we ain't been relevant in years. You guys didn't even want to. You guys didn't. Calvin Johnson left, and you guys wanted to take back the money. So, quickly on Deshaun Watson now with this trade, it's just gonna, his value, his stock is just
rising.
Seeing this
3 first round draft picks minimum.
And I seen the Raiders are interested.
Yeah,
because they're not happy with Derek Carr.
I think they're looking at a 3-way blockbuster trade with that. I read something. I didn't read it. I just saw the headline. So like it could be like a situation where they get Watson and then they send Carr somewhere, and then and then maybe so like say it's like with the Jets, Deshaun Watson goes there, and then Carr goes to the Jets, and Darnold goes to Houston, maybe.
Okay. This is just a whole bunch of shuffling. So they basically need another team. But if the Raiders pursue this, they got the offensive talent. They got the talent on offense. They got a running back. They got a tight end. They got a couple good receiver. I mean, homie from Aguilar. I mean, this dude goes out there.
I mean, and Darren Waller, one of the best tight ends in the league. You put Deshaun Watson behind that team. They got a great run game with Josh Jacobs. That would be a great fit for them. And warm weather. I'm about it.
Yeah, I think it would definitely be a good fit for the Raiders. And he's only 25 years old. Like, he's already made it clear he doesn't want to return. He's taking down everything Texans or Houston's off from his social medias.
I'll be honest though. That kills me when they take stuff off their social media and you got these reporters making a big deal about, oh my God, he unfriended them. Like, yo, since when does stuff really matter?
Yeah. But it is saying something. You know what team hasn't been mentioned in the Deshaun Watson talks that seems like, personally to me, seems like the best fit? Is the Dallas Cowboys. The one thing he's never had is an offensive line, and Dallas is always known for their offensive line, great run game, stacked at wide receiver, and a quarterback that that
They don't wanna pay.
that they don't want to pay and there's no guarantee of a future.
When you said Dallas, it sounded good, but like my energy just kind of hit the floor. Dallas don't have it anymore. Like it's just like just how the organization, how it's ran. They just don't have that
mystique or nothing.
There's nothing.
Anymore, you know? They haven't had quality coaching. That high level coaching, but maybe they move on from Mike McCarthy and they go after the offensive coordinator from Kansas City that Deshaun Watson wants to work with.
Oh, how about but what about like the elephant in the room down there in Dallas?
Jerry Jones.
Jerry.
He gotta go.
He's a problem.
He got to fall back. He got to fall back.
Ruining the organization. Sometimes.
Like, he the Donald Trump of football, yo.
Honestly, he really is. Yeah. Said Dallas, and my whole mood was just like, what?
Yeah.
Jerry definitely
used to be like that.
Yeah, Jerry definitely got to fall back. Like, other people do stuff. He's let his he's let his name he's drinking his own Kool-Aid. That's the best. He's drinking his own Kool-Aid, and now he's drunk.
Or more like he's drinking your own piss in the desert.
He's doing something. I can't wait to see where Deshaun Watson lands, though. Preferably, I'd like him to land in New England.
Bro, what?
I mean, I'd like to land in New England because I feel like New England can make some nice moves in the wide receiver position. Allen Robinson's available. And Adam Thielen. You put those two wide receivers together on New England with the likes of Deshaun Watson. We always have an offensive line that protects the quarterback. It'd be a good fit.
They might bring back Cam too, so that's also an option.
I don't want to see that.
To hydrate yourself in the desert.
They might bring him back.
Cam is like Taysom Hill. Like, yeah, he's a good backup for goal line plays and stuff like that. But I don't want him running my team.
Yeah.
I could agree with that. I honestly though, he's such a physical specimen. Like we could use him at different positions.
Yeah,
you know what I mean?
I think,
but
there was a lot happening last year with Kim.
We didn't have it. Like it's not all on Kim.
It was disaster. It was all set up to fail.
True, but I don't think he's the type of leader that we need.
Yeah, exactly. He isn't.
No, but. It depends what they do in draft and free agency, because if not, they might have to bring him back.
I like Cam.
Hey, man.
I love Cam.
If I'm Cam, too, though, I'm like, you know what? I could play a couple other positions. Because if my arm ain't going, I can catch it. You know what I mean? We could figure something out. Like,
we'll see what happens with that. All right, and now we got Super Bowl 55 happening this Sunday. Man, I think there's a lot of anticipation for this game just because of what happened in Week 12 when these two teams met up. There's some guys on the Bucs that need to redeem themselves, especially Carlton Davis. After what Tyreek Hill did to him on that day, he definitely needs to redeem himself. But I think if you looked at that game, if you think the same thing's gonna happen, I don't think the same thing's gonna happen because if you watch that entire game, the Bucs at some point when they finally settled down and did some things on defense, switched some things around, they kind of got it together. They only let them score. They only allowed 10 points after they got down 17-0, right? And their offense at that point, they started figuring some things out. They started after that game. I think they went on to win 7 in a row. But in that second half of that game, they started figuring some things out. But good luck though. Good luck.
I think it's tough too because you're gonna get the whole team that's been to the Super Bowl the past year. Brady and Gronk are the only Super Bowl winners, I think, on that team that we know about.
Yeah. No, I think they are the only two. So Jason Pierre-Paul's never been to a Super Bowl.
No, he's won one. He's won one.
So you got 3. So hopefully they can try to help the team understand what it's like to go through that whole experience so they can calm themselves down for tip stops. But
the benefit for them is all this stuff is virtual. Like all the stuff beforehand, like the media. No, like the media and stuff like that. Yeah, pretty much.
They don't get the full.
They don't get the full.
Like when my cousin played last year with the Chiefs, you know what I mean? I told him just enjoy the experience, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
But they don't get that full experience, everybody up on them, so the nerves aren't going to be as...
And also like for the Chiefs, they get to stay in Kansas City, and then they get to go to Tampa whenever, like Friday or something like that. So it's beneficial for both teams.
Here's how I see it. First and foremost, it's a home game for Tampa. Like, don't forget that. It's a home game. First time in a Super Bowl has ever had a home team game in the Super Bowl. So they're playing in Tampa, so advantage Tampa. You have a team that's already won a Super Bowl very, very, very recently. So you have a team that's not as hungry. They're very full of themselves. They're very chests are puffed out. You got Tom Brady on the other side, who's been there more times than anybody in the NFL has ever been there. You got a guy who all he does is win. That's all he knows how to win, and this is where he thrives. Super Bowl time is where he thrives. He has Gronk there for that comfort level, as well as Antonio Brown. You have a team of hungry, starving players in Tampa Bay who don't even know what it's like to be in a playoff game, let alone a Super Bowl game. I think it's going to come down to those three factors. The hunger of the team, they got the home game, Tom Brady at the helm.
And also keeping Mahomes on that sideline, because these guys, it's like you can score 21 points on them, you be up 21-0, and they just sitting back like laughing, like, okay, that's cute. Here we go. And the thing about their defense, it's not the best defense, but it's not bad. Like the Chiefs' defense, they make plays when they need to at certain points in the game.
Yeah.
You know, Tyrann Mathieu, if a ball gets tipped, it just always ends up in his hands.
He's always in the right place at the right time.
And they got good enough pass rushes to get to the quarterback. I'll say the Bucs have done a great job of protecting
Chris Jones,
protecting Tom Brady. But this pass rush for the Chiefs, I think for both teams too, because the Chiefs, the left tackle missing, that's going to be big. Eric Fisher, they're shuffling their offensive line. That's going to be the most important thing to watch in this game, because last year I saw the 49ers for 3.5 quarters make Mahomes look normal. He looked normal because they just kept getting to him with four guys, and then he made that big play and everything changed. So Mahomes, he can't look normal if you just get to him, and with that offensive line shuffle, that's going to be the thing.
But to piggyback on what Craig was saying, a lot of people have been saying they got a home field game. That's all fine and dandy and all, but when that Super Bowl emblem is put in the middle of the field, it's a whole different game. Regardless of whose stadium it is. And you got a lot of guys that don't even know what that's like. Granted, I'm hoping that Tom Brady, being the man that he is, can calm them guys down. But we got to just figure
You'll see it in the first, the Bucs' first possession. You'll see offensively and defensively that they'll be a little bit nervous.
And granted, too, for the Chiefs to come back, second year in a row, I think they already had their scare. You know what I mean? So I think they're prepared, man.
Yeah, and also, the Chiefs already went there and won. They've already been there and won the game. So,
and I do. One of the things I love is Todd Bowles, defensive coordinator for Tampa Bay Buccaneers. You beat him once. You know what I'm saying? So now he knows what you can do. He knows he knows where his holes were for that game. So I feel like he's one of the better coordinators. I think, especially defensively, because I remember that year when he was the head coach of the Jets. If you remember how good the Jets defense was, and with Josh McCown as your quarterback, like they put up a fight that season. Todd Bowles is a hell of a defensive coordinator, and I think they're gonna have a tough time on their hands. I think it's gonna be a good game.
Yeah, I'm just saying that whole offensive line thing. That's the most thing you got to watch out for with the Chiefs.
It's all going to come down to the interceptions, I think, because Mahomes isn't known for throwing them.
Has yet to throw one in the playoffs.
And Brady got to tighten up a little bit.
Yeah, Brady definitely got to tighten up.
Brady sees goals. If you sack him once, he'll just launch that thing up. He doesn't like getting hit. Just like
that's the biggest thing.
Yeah, just like he gave Green Bay all them opportunities to win that game by just throwing the ball up. They didn't seize it. These guys. You throw 3 interceptions, it'll turn into 21 points.
Yeah, Patrick Mahomes is a seize the day type of dude, and that's what I love about this game. Is that the biggest story to me about this game is you got the GOAT going up against the future GOAT. You got the young versus the old, and it's just a great tale.
This is the NFL. This is what the NFL prayed for. And they got it. Like the NFL was wishing either if it was Rodgers or Brady against the Chiefs and Mahomes, they were hoping for this because the way they could promote it and the ratings for this.
And Brady's third in yards, Mahomes is second.
Yeah.
Mahomes is fourth in touchdown. Brady is tied for second. You know what I mean? Mahomes is 5th in interceptions, while Brady's tied for 28th. But, and then, like, the QBR, Brady is, 9th, and Mahomes is 2nd. So,
yeah. And then if you look...
top 5 in almost everything.
And if you looked at it, the last time these two teams met, when the Chiefs won, both teams haven't lost. Granted, the Chiefs lost their last game of the season, but they didn't. They sat their starters. They sat their starters. They didn't care. But both teams haven't lost since then. And I don't think the Chiefs have yet to... I don't know when was the last time they lost a road game. I don't know when was the last time they actually lost a road game. Because this year they went undefeated. Yeah, this year they went undefeated on the road. And I think last year they may have lost one road game. But I can't remember when it was. But yeah, they've been playing well on the road. They look like that 49ers team that had... I think it was like late 80s into the 90s. They had a streak of not losing on the road. Like a couple seasons. They went a few seasons without losing on the road.
Wow. Seasons.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but for the bettors, I got some stats for y'all. For those that are gambling, it's the Chiefs 3.5. So, Tom Brady against the spread, I believe for his career is 38-17-1 versus the spread. This is the first team to be favorite against Brady since the greatest show on turf. We all know what happened then. And in 33, he's got 33 straight up wins in 56 tries against the spread. 6-3 against the spread in the playoffs, 3-0 in the last 3 seasons, and he was 4-1 against the spread this season. In the regular season, he was 11-1 against the spread, and they were outscoring opponents by 10 points. This is per the score.com. And then last time Brady was an underdog at home was against the Chiefs, and they lost that game.
Yeah.
All right, and some Super Bowl history. 5 of the last teams to lose to a team in the regular season won the rematch. I mean, teams that lost by 3 points and faced the team again are 5-1 in Super Bowl rematches.
Wow.
So these are, and here's some of the Super Bowl rematches we've had: Broncos versus Cowboys in '78. Cowboys won. Raiders versus Eagles, '81. Raiders won. 49ers, Bengals. 49ers won. Raiders, Washington. Raiders won. Bears, Patriots. Yeah, Bears won. Giants, Broncos. The Giants won. Giants, Bills.
Can we skip the one that hurts my feelings?
Oh yeah, the last two I'm not gonna read those ones.
Which one?
Cowboys beat the Bills. 49ers in '95 beat the Chargers. Rams defeated the Titans. I remember that one. Patriots defeated the Rams. Patriots defeated the Rams in the Super Bowl after losing to them in the regular season. And we won't talk about the last two because that's just
It's disrespectful.
Like this. Y'all got that.
People always want to bring that up, yo.
What, his face? Oh.
No. Those 2 games, yo. Like, shut up, yo. Stop talking about it.
Yeah, we don't bring those things up around here. We don't bring those. But yeah, overall, I think this is going to be an intriguing matchup. I think it'll be one of those. I mean, I have yet to see a Super Bowl when Brady plays where it's a blowout. It's always coming down to the wire, making you.
The closest I would say to a Super Bowl blowout was when we beat the Rams 13-3. Like, that was the closest thing to a blowout, beating them by 10 points. Every other Super Bowl has been won by like 3 points.
Came down to
unless you want to count the fact that Atlanta was blowing us out 28-3 and they blew their load. And we came back and destroyed them. So that was a blowout. Technically, and then like we returned the blowout. I guess you would say technically like a fourth quarter blowout.
Because the run we were on is, if you look at like how many points to 0 or like the 7 run we were on, you could say it's like a blowout.
Yeah, they scored like 35 straight.
Well, it was 28-3, so we were down 25.
Left here.
Yeah, you left.
I walked out because he was talking too much. I had to leave. I walked the fourth quarter by myself.
He left.
Oh man.
Yeah.
All I know is that we scored enough to tie it up and then scored a touchdown to win that bad boy.
Atlanta hasn't been the same since.
Nope. They have been Patriot drunk for like 4 years.
Yeah.
Matt Ryan, you go ahead and retire.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
DC, man.
All right.
Come back home.
All right, we gonna go to this video about NFL head coaching cycle I did. So check that one out, and then we're going to come back. We got some NBA stuff to talk about. February is Black History Month, and the biggest sporting event of the month will be taking place this Sunday. Super Bowl 55. While the NFL prepares for its biggest event of the season, the NFL still has an underlying problem with the hiring of African American coaching candidates. To this day, there have only been 2 African American head coaches to lead their team to a Super Bowl victory, Tony Dungy and Mike Tomlin. In all, there have been a total of 20 African American head coaches in the history of the NFL. This hiring cycle of NFL coaches saw only 1 African American coach hired, and qualified candidates such as Byron Leftwich, Eric Bieniemy, and Todd Bowles either not get an interview or were passed up by candidates who weren't as qualified. Raheem Morris, who once had a season where he led his team to a 10-6 record, has yet to sniff another head coaching job, and Marvin Lewis, since being let go from the Bengals, has only received coordinating positions. It's evident that the NFL teams are not that concerned about diversity in their hiring of head coaches, and unless the league does something, we'll have the same discussion next year. All right, and we are back. All right, in that video, I said there was only 1 African American head coach of color hired during this cycle. No, there's been 2. Robert Salah of the Jets and Cully, who got hired by the Texans. There was 2. I said 1, but there was 2.
Muslims are brown people too.
Yeah. He, whatever.
They call him Muslim. He brown too.
Yeah. All right, we gotta talk some NBA. They got some more NBA stuff happening now that football season's dying down. And last night there was a couple doozy games. First, we gonna talk about the Celtics and the Warriors. I'm not gonna lie to you, I fell asleep. I fell asleep.
Well, I didn't fall asleep.
It was a good game, but the Warriors, they got a problem, and their problem is they don't have anybody else that can score.
That's why I said it was like
besides Steph. And the Celtics, Kemba Walker's injury and his inability to score against size, it's gonna be an issue. Last year it was fine because the 4 options, it was Tatum, Brown, Walker, and Hayward. Now it's just Tatum, Brown, Walker here and there, and you don't know where you're going to get the 4th scorer from.
He had 18. Oh, no. Kemba had 1975.
Took a lot of shots, though.
I mean, he took 18, bro. He's come on. He's a starting point guard, and he's a scorer. Like, let him get acclimated into the game. I know you're
fresh off injury.
His favorite player on the team is Brown. We know that. Your man had 18 and 10. I get it. Let him.
No, he's too injured. He's getting hurt too much. And he's at that age, he done missed like the first 12 games. I just want him to stay healthy because every time he plays well, he gets on this consistent role, playing well. The team's playing well, and then boom, an injury comes, and you're just like,
give him some time. Pritchard come in there. They got Teague out there doing some things. They had 5 guys in double figures last time. I don't know if you noticed that. So it's like Tristan Thompson was looking like he could do a little bit, but when you watch this game, I didn't have any confidence in the Warriors whatsoever. For one, I'm a Celtics fan, but you just don't see the Warriors doing anything without Clay. Draymond doesn't even really care to score.
Yeah.
And Curry's just doing way too much.
Who else is gonna get the points? Yeah. And Kelly Oubre, my goodness, I like him too, but my goodness, it's like he forgot how to play basketball.
But they brought him in to do stuff that is not his role.
Yeah.
I feel like it's weird that the Warriors have fallen so far from grace, and the only thing they lost was KG.
They haven't fallen too far. The only problem is they got one guy that can score.
Also, the world isn't used to having the Warriors be good at a consistent level, so now they think that, oh my God, supposed to be this Harold franchise. No, they've been bummed for a long time, and they were good for 5-7 years. Yeah. Which is cool, but now they come back to reality when injuries hit. That's what everybody says about the Warriors. Yeah. They were lucky to go on that run. Let's see how they look when injuries hit. Yeah. Now Clay's, being announced at the time when they play home games and stuff like that. Yeah, Steph's killing, but they need size. They need more size.
They need size. And Looney just got hurt too. Yeah. Looney got hurt. Wiseman's hurt. He's looking like he's gonna be a good player in the league, but he's hurt.
So for all them fake Warrior fans,
the tallest guy on the
ride that wave. Hopefully you stick with him.
It crashed.
I think the tallest dude on the team right now is Wiggins.
Yeah, they got. Celtics out-rebounding by 14 last night, 15 last night.
Yeah, but the Celtics, they need to make a move too. They just need to make one move because they're almost there. I think they just need to make one move with somebody just another scoring option. So if Kemba's having if the 3 guys are not having a good game, like somebody in the post or something.
I'll
That's
be
what
honest,
they need.
I don't really see the Celtics being a title team this year. I feel like they're taking maybe like not a full step back, but half a step back. I watched Tatum do something in the game that kind of blew my mind. It was like he was doing all these moves, then he had no shot. He just threw it up there.
Yeah.
I'm just throwing it up there. Like, bro, you got 4 other players that could also produce out there on the floor.
They got a couple bad habits. They got too many bad habits, and they need size too. They need size.
The problem, I've had this problem with the Celtics for a long time now. Is like since what was the center we used to have? He ended up. I think he went to Washington. His name began with a P. He's like a mean gangster-looking dude.
Oh, Perkins?
Perkins. Since Perkins and before Perkins, like, why do we never have, like, a legit center? Like, a legit, like, star center.
Well, centers are almost extinct.
Yeah.
The
centers now
it,
is different.
So, yeah, centers are almost extinct. We got a center by the name of Taco, who just I don't think he's ready.
I love Taco.
I do too.
I love Taco.
I don't think he's physically ready to be out there
No,
like that.
he's not.
No.
But he will be soon because the way he's looking, it ain't that bad compared to some of the guys that have out. And it's just like having George Marathon. Dude, 7'4", 7'5". Just having a big guy out there makes it hard to score.
Yeah.
Taco's gonna be in the league for a while just because he's big and he's marketable.
But yeah, he's marketable. Taco is so famous. I love Taco.
But Taco actually has some game.
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Like Boban, he's more he
got low.
actually got game though. Like, but it's all about can his body hold up. A lot of people say they should throw him in there now. I'm thinking that they have him on a strict time.
Yeah, time management. Yeah,
time management because of his body trying to get acclimated and being better in the future.
And you
But
see
they
how,
use him now,
and you
though.
see how athletic these dudes are nowadays too. So.
It don't matter when you 7'6".
No,
yeah,
I'm
nah,
just
it
saying-
does, yo.
I'm just
Cause
saying
he
with the
running down the
pace.
court, yo.
Oh, no,
he's
that-
definitely the fat kid
But, yo,
who everybody leaves behind, yo.
But when he gets in there, he doesn't look that off.
Yeah.
He just can't run for a certain amount of time, but they can use him in spurts.
Yeah, they can, especially with some of their big guys. Like I don't know, man.
Because I feel like he's definitely the last guy to make it down the court, and that's a problem when you need him to be defending the paint.
Yeah,
Like he's not a Yao,
a-
but he could somewhat be, I want to say, in the game more.
Taco's one of those guys you gotta give like 10, 15 minutes to per game because you give him that many minutes, he's gonna do something. He's gonna do something good for you.
I think he give him a little more than that, just because of his size.
Yeah, we'll see. All right, and then the other game of the night, the Clippers and the Nets. Some people are saying this might be a finals preview, but the Nets got to play some defense for me to believe in them to be an NBA Finals team. The Clippers, they look like granted they lost, but they've looked like a completely different team from the one that that we always make fun of shooting them backboard shots in the bubble.
I mean, they looked a little better. It didn't matter because when Kyrie got 39, KD got 28, Harden got 23, 11, 14, it don't matter. The Nets shot 57% from the 2 and 41 from the 3. I didn't even write a stat down for the Clippers because it didn't matter.
It really didn't matter.
How long is that? How long is that trio gonna last playing well? Because like I used to be a huge Kyrie fan until I realized how much of a diva he is. I mean, granted, in basketball, a lot of guys are divas, but I feel like Kyrie is like.
He's just different.
Huh?
They're all friends.
Oh.
He's just different. Kyrie's just different, but there's a lot. Their only problem is they don't have depth and they don't have size because when they go small and they don't play no defense. They play zero defense. I mean, they gave up 150 to the Wizards in regulation. I mean, the Clippers. If you told me what they did, if they shot 40% from the 3, 45% from the field, and 88% from the free throw line, and they scored 120 points, you would think they won. But no, these guys over here, they just I don't know. I don't know.
They're gonna outscore you most games, but they will. They will figure it out.
It's kind of like how the Saints always were.
Yeah.
Or even sometimes the Patriots. It's like we might not stop you, but you got to outscore us.
Yeah.
And they got 3 like the top 10 guys.
Yeah.
In the league.
And then there was a stretch in this game.
And Kevin Garnett's even like playing to his like MVP season.
I mean Durant. Yeah.
I mean Durant. What did I say?
You said Garnett.
I did say Garnett.
It's all
Thank
good.
you.
Yeah, he is. I think his numbers are quite similar to his MVP season, except the points. He's like scoring 2 points less, but everything else is exact same as his MVP season. And then there was a stretch in this game where it was like Kyrie scored, I think like 6 or 7 straight points.
Remember what I said, bro.
And then the next 3-4 possessions, it was Harden and KD just off one dribble, boom, Harden, boom, boom. It's like it's overwhelming.
Mm-hmm. Remember, I always said Harden was real efficient when he first got to Houston.
Yeah.
You see, he had 23 on 15 shots.
Yeah.
That's regular Harden when he first got to Houston. KD's efficient, 11 on 13 shots for 28. That's why Kyrie's gonna be the volume shooter because them two are so efficient. Like Kyrie's a Hall of Fame talent, but KD and Harden are like Hall of Fame scorers.
Yeah.
They don't need much to put in the hole, so you let Kyrie do his thing because he's the tweener.
Yeah.
And Harden's a better point guard than Kyrie.
Yeah.
It's been shown.
Yeah, he is.
He had how many triple doubles already? So you let Kyrie just kind of like be like the wild hyena. It's going for him because you got these two, a lion and a silverback gorilla that can do whatever they want whenever they want.
And that's why they put the ball in his hands. They put the ball in Harden's hands more. But yeah, these guys, they did pick up Iman Shumpert for defensive purposes, so that'll help.
Iman's smart.
Yeah,
he's smart to get over there.
And he could hit open shots. So
he might dunk on you too.
Yeah, so we'll see what other moves they make because I think they need to get somebody that can do that because they can't play DeAndre Jordan at the end of games. Yeah, they need another big.
Honestly, they're not getting another big right now, so these guys
they might because all these rules because of the COVID and stuff. They got all these.
Are they opening the rosters now?
I believe so.
Oh, so they're actually taking Lance's advice?
They've opened the rosters to like have 2-way players on and stuff like that.
Because you remember when Lance Stevenson said, open the rosters. I don't know if you've seen it. He said it on like Twitter or he said it online. And usually they don't never take his advice.
I think it was something it was something they was working on. So yeah. All right. Lastly, y'all see this? The heckler against LeBron deal.
Nah.
The lady going on IG.
The Carloses.
I seen her face.
Me too.
Scared the hell out of me.
She said she was 25.
What? 25 surgeries?
Yeah.
I thought it was 25 in dog years. Like the way that lady was looking.
Dog face.
But the thing, I'm just mad we even talking about it because that lady got the 10, 15 minutes of fame that she wanted for trash talking LeBron, and she's like, I don't like how he talked to my husband and blah blah. Well, let your husband deal with it. Why are you coming up here trying to defend your husband?
First of all, how'd you get the seats? Was it your husband?
Yeah.
You just sit there and be thankful that you're one of the few people in that arena. Like, what's up with this? Like, they didn't look around and be like, oh, it's COVID. Like, ain't got no fans here, but we're here. Let's appreciate being able to watch these guys. Right? I don't get it, man. People, honestly, I never even got mad at the sporting event. I never cared that much about the game or about whatever these guys are doing.
Right.
That even affects you personally, lady. When you leave, you still got...
But the weirdest thing is that, like, she was like, don't talk to my husband that way. But your husband was clearly jarring at LeBron to get him to respond. So your husband can say what he wants, but nobody else can say nothing to your husband.
No, that's an entitlement, man.
Yeah, man. That's that privilege.
We paid to be here so we could talk to you any type of way.
Yeah.
Paid certain amount of numbers because, the tickets is costly.
Oh, yeah,
certain amount of digits for these tickets. And it's like, no, you sit your down
and watch the game.
Pretty much.
Like, if you feel some type of way, say something to me, I'm going to turn around and say something back because I can hear you now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
Yeah.
And deal with it.
It's just weird that because, like, that, like, there's no way, like, LeBron didn't turn around and just be like, you're stupid. And then what? Like, no. Like, he was running his mouth. LeBron said something back, told him to shut up or whatever. And now she's like, oh, you don't talk to my husband that way. How about you teach your husband some respect?
You know what LeBron should have did? He should have had him take the ball out in front of him and just ripped one right in front of him.
That would have been mad funny.
Do it at the courtside, people.
I believe the words that LeBron said. I don't know if he really said it, but from what I saw, he said, sit down, dumb, you know.
Yeah.
And I could not have laughed anymore because somebody said that's the proper way to start Black History Month.
It definitely is.
That
was right. He did say, sit down, you dumb whatever.
But hey, I mean, people need to learn how to act in these basketball games. I've been to some crazy games. Like the Red Sox, that one Red Sox game I went to in my life. I've never seen some obnoxious fans, and this was at Fenway too. I've never seen some obnoxious fans ever.
You know what I tell people about Red Sox fans?
Man,
We can go to New York with the Red Sox head. They might give us a little issue.
Yeah.
A little trash. You cannot go to Fenway with a Yankees hat on.
Yo,
they will disrespect your life.
Yeah.
Yo, one time when we were in Boston and we were walking, like Red Sox just beat the Yankees. Yo, dude was walking with his kid, yo, and people like walking up like cursing at him, being like, "You're effing lucky you have your effing kid in your hand, or we would beat you down." And I'm like, bro, the kid can hear you. Like, come on, man. Like, I could see heckling like a fan walking by himself or a group of his friends, but like, dude's holding his kid and you can't hold back for that.
yeah.
And you're talking to a man, his kid, about some guys you don't even know.
Yep.
You don't know none of you guys on the team.
Yep.
If they walk by you getting beat down,
Wouldn't have your back.
and you over here stressing about these men, it's like
And we won that game.
honestly,
Like,
you got some of the worst Lush Boy fans around.
Yeah. Well, they say when it comes to fans, Boston has the worst, both for and against. Like, we'll heckle you worse, but we'll hate you if you lose.
We're like awful people.
Yeah.
As sports fans.
Yeah.
I'm gonna say that. Yes.
Yeah.
As a state region, we are awful people in sports.
Correct.
That's why I don't care that much.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
We're terrible.
Sick,
I've not been to a Patriots game, but the Red
Not-
Sox game
not
I
that
went
bad,
to,
though.
even the Celtics game I went to, those Celtics fans, they're not that bad.
Go to a Bruins game, bro.
That's like
Yo.
that's neck and neck.
Going to a Bruins game is like Redneckville when it comes to like lack of any type of filter or respect or anything.
Man, the first time I got looked off with the sessions, little Asian lady, I had my hand up. I had my hand up. I said, "Yo!" Then I had to realize where I was at.
Hockey players ain't got no teeth, so I could only imagine the type of fans they have.
It's brutal.
Man, they ain't got no teeth.
It's brutal,
Give
man.
me that jambalaya.
And don't be at a Bruins game wearing the opposing team's jersey, yo, because people will talk to you with like that disrespect, like because they want you to do something, because they're with 15 of their friends and they see that you're with 4, they want you to turn around and say something.
And the type of kids that they be around, the guys that we didn't care to talk to growing up.
I've seen the Bruins fans when I'm on the train. When I take the commuter rail to I seen when there's a whole pack of them. I just like, I don't want no parts of that at all.
The Capitol Hill game.
Damn, man, I wish you would have brought me some Sour Patch Kids. You know, I've been watching you eat them things like.
And Athlete's Corner with my man Will Brogden, and then we gonna come back and we gonna just wrap this thing up.
Want some?
Nah.
All right, welcome to another edition of Athlete's Corner. I know you guys been hearing me talk about this man for the past couple weeks. We've been bigging him up the past couple weeks. I told you he was gonna come on. He's here. The man, the myth, the legend. Warren Park, Lynn Classical, Marion Gardens, Connery Elementary. Mr. Will Brogden is here. How are you doing, sir?
Man, appreciate you.
No doubt, man. No doubt.
Cool, man. Another day. Staying on top.
Definitely. Yeah,
complain.
we've been trying. Yeah, we wanted to get you on just because we wanted
Yeah, I appreciate
just to
y'all,
talk about a lot of stuff. You know,
Right.
what you did for a lot of the people my age, though.
Yeah.
The generation after you, the group after you that
right,
came
right,
in, you know,
right.
just we're just gonna bounce around and talk about, topics gonna just be bouncing around.
Yeah, no doubt, no doubt.
No structure, but first, you started off, when you got classical football and basketball, just growing up, was that just something you guys just did, just a variety of sports,
Yeah, man. It's like, you know how we growing up, play Mukala, get to that little level, Westland, Papa Warner, playing with your friends that you don't see all the time because everybody's separated. Got elementary school, you're at this one, you're at that one. But only time we get to meet up is like during Papa Warner practice or the weekends. For the game time, or we just get up like, yo, let's go play Mukala. We go all meet at the churchyard. And we always had goals and stuff like, yeah, when we get to high school, we're going to do this, we're going to do that. And that's all it was, man, just having fun.
Yeah.
Can't complain, though.
Was there beef? Was there like the people in front of you? I know your brother was a big time player
my
and stuff
brother,
like that.
I used to always watch him, Lex Thornton, all the classical, like the upper class. So like those like my coaches then.
Yeah.
But I watched like levels and levels and levels. People all grow. Like I could name like 1,000 people right now. But I'll be talking all day about them.
Yeah.
Like, cause I play like that's how like basically that's how like everybody got better because we played against the older crowds.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? They used to come play pickups with us. You know what I mean? It wasn't scared. We used to get hit, hurt, but got back up, got ready.
And that was the time where it was hard to when you're coming up when you're the young you're the young fella coming up.
You gotta wait.
Yeah.
You gotta wait your turn.
Yeah.
And you be that play, be like, all right, we're gonna get you a play. We're gonna get you a play.
Yeah.
Other than that, you just sitting around waiting for them to throw you the ball or something.
Yeah. Even when it's time to pick up, you could be they have 4. And you're just there trying to get picked up, but they're still they're stalling, waiting for somebody.
They're just waiting for somebody to come. Oh, like all right, got him. We got you next time. I was around a lot of that.
Yeah,
but I didn't complain. You know what I mean? All it did made me work harder and play harder. So.
Yeah, definitely. At Classical, play football and basketball. We're gonna talk about both, but first for football, I know I was talking with JP.
Oh man,
and he was talking about the group of guys that you had. When you guys finally got seniors, because you guys all came in together.
Yeah, we started early.
Yeah.
And JP, he started a year before me because I didn't play my freshman year.
Okay.
So he played his freshman year, and they seen how talented he was. So
Yeah.
he was playing varsity. You know what I mean? Then my year, when I came sophomore year, I had to work my way to get in the rotation, whatever.
Yeah.
And I finally got my chance when Thanksgiving game, I had my first start on defense. First pick, you know what I mean? Then the next year, that's when I started getting into the flow. Like getting the ball, doing this, doing that, starting both ways. You know what I mean? But JP, man, I love playing with that guy.
Yeah, he was talking about your group of guys. You guys were so deep at certain positions, especially running back at that time because of the offense you guys ran.
Man.
So many running backs, because he'd get carries, and then if you take him out, you bring in Chris Faison.
Yep.
So Joe Green was a couple years younger than you guys.
He was a sophomore when we were seniors. Another great player, young boy. Man, I can name a whole lot, and that's how deep we was.
Yeah.
And God bless my man Gary. Lost my man too. Great football player. You know what I mean? Like I can't even call it. Like I played with a special group. That my senior year, I loved that team.
Just talk about the tradition of you playing at classical football, because you come in there, you know the tradition, you know what it's like, you know what it means to put on that helmet, to wear that
green
jersey.
And gold, man.
Yeah, when you when you got your sophomore year, when you first got there, was that seeing JP succeed? Was that a little bit your motivation?
Yeah, motivation.
Yeah.
That's all it was, and it was like funny because he used to push me like. Bro, don't let the coaches like get to you, because I know I had to wait my options, so I didn't care. But I used to love watching him play. So when I got my chance, I had to do something. I just remember when he blew his hamstring out the game before our Thanksgiving game, my junior year. He was telling me it was a Swampscott game. My man had 3 carries for almost like 200-something yards. Pulled up in the whole second half. It was all me and Chris Faison. He told me, he was like, yo, you got to step up. And from there on, I just looked at it a whole different way now. Like every time I got the ball, I just think touchdown. Think this, think positive, think that. Like wasn't worried about the contact because I didn't like hitting all the time.
Yeah.
They'd tell you that. I wasn't the contact man.
Yeah.
So you know what I mean? I'm over here, I'm trying to dash, shake you. I'm trying to do all that. JP, I used to love watching him. He'll run you over, he'll do a move, do that, but nah, not me. I was the physical type.
Yeah.
I'm trying to get to the end zone. I'm trying to get out of bounds, do a good move, this and that. All that contact, that wasn't me. Yeah. They'll tell you that too.
Yeah, I was like thunder and lightning.
Yeah, that's all. Yeah, that's all it was. I gotta get the ball. I was trying to get straight to the end zone.
Yeah.
That's it.
So what was probably you just talked about Chris Faison too. He's another guy.
Yeah.
He's another guy. He's freakish athletic. He got so much talent.
Aliens, man. He's another one that be getting off this planet, man. I could talk about him all day too. Yeah. And that was a good one because I grew up playing against him. He was an East Lynn guy. Yeah. You know what I mean? So we played D, C, B all the way until we got to high school and we came together. And that was crazy right there. Because he could have been battling. He could have went to English. Yeah. And he would have been a problem for us over there. Yeah. You know what I mean? But Chris loved that guy, man. Salute to Chris too. Yeah,
well, playing in Pop Warner and then, just starting early at that level and seeing the offense that Classical ran, did you kind of didn't have adjust to it easily, or
the best thing I could say that we did run the wing tee with the team we had, but we could have did a whole lot. We could have did a whole lot with that team, man. We could have spread the field out. We had too many athletes on that team, but like I said, as soon as you get in the game, it's either you gotta do something, make something happen, or it ain't gonna happen because we used to score so many points.
Yeah.
And we had to sit out. So when you got the ball, you had to make something happen because you never know you won't get that carry again because somebody else gonna get that touchdown.
Yeah.
The next thing you know, scores like 20-something nothing, 30-something nothing. Then we out for the whole second half. Like we probably didn't play a whole full game until we played against Salem in Gloucester.
Each year?
My sophomore year we was battling. It was mad competitive because we was playing with the older cats.
Okay.
You know what I mean? So all the upperclassmen, we was the young boys coming in playing with the older classmen, like the skill position wise.
Yep.
Because JP, like I said, he been playing since he was a freshman. I came on, I was barely playing offense, but I was playing defense. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So that's how it was. But my junior and senior year, we couldn't get taken off the field. You know what I mean? Unless we was blowing the teams out.
Yeah. And it was always, me and JP, we talked about this with JP too. Guys, it always came down to one game for you guys.
Yeah.
Every single year.
Every year,
It came down to one game. Well,
yeah. Man.
So tell me about that. I know JP was frustrated that you guys had a chance at one time.
Man,
and it was just
listen. My junior year, we had them, but we lost 2 that year. We lost to Gloucester, and we got killed by Salem. And Salem, that was the year Salem won the Super Bowl. But my senior year, oh man, that was the year. Cause I could have sworn we was getting the ring. But that game, so shout out to Gloucester though, man. They was talented too though.
Was that the Hail Mary game?
Nah, that was the year after me.
That was okay.
That I came back from school to watch that game.
Yeah.
And I was running down the field like, oh, we about to win. We finally got Gloucester. Then I seen that play. I'm all like, we can't beat these guys, man. I'm like, it's something about them. I don't know what it was. And that game was a good game too.
Yeah, it's probably very frustrating just to thinking you have a chance.
Yo,
and then each time
I thought
especially in a
them.
6 to 7 game.
Yeah, I thought we had them my senior year though.
Yeah,
I thought we had them, man. We had a chance too.
Yeah, talk about that environment because I know from reading papers it said that was it was a packed, it was a full house that game.
That was the most people I ever played it from. Yeah, they said it sold out too. You couldn't even get in.
Ooh.
Yeah, that game was crazy. It was a good game though. I'm like I said, salute to the Gloucester fans too, because regardless we lost whatever, they were still clapping. We leaving, they all clapping for us and all that.
Yeah.
Telling them great game. That's the best game they ever saw.
And we are back, thanks to Will on that. All right, to watch that full interview is gonna be up on Friday. So we give you a little bit of it. Me and him, we talked for about 40 minutes or so. So that full interview is gonna be up Friday. Also, Anthony Anderson wanted me to mention that he was 7-1 against Lynn Classical in his career.
Oh really?
I talked.
That's what you want to do? That's how you want to play it? Okay, bro.
Yeah, when I talked to him, he said he's like, I was 7-1 against him in my career. I was like,
that's how you want to play it, man.
Hey, man,
that's cool.
But shout out to Will though, that was fun. Also, I got some highlights from him too. That'll be up at some point. Whatever. All right, let's go around the world of sports. All right, some news. WNBA, Sue Bird resigns with Seattle Storm. Diana Taurasi is returning to Phoenix. Good news on both of them. 2 legends.
Word up to my faves.
Yeah, definitely. All right, NBA news. Fred VanVleet had 54 points last night. Ooh, I think he shot like true shooting. It was like 100 and something percent. Yeah, he was getting buckets. All right, Nikola Jokic and James Harden were named East and West Players of the Week. LaMelo Ball and Tyler Halliburton was named East and West Rookies of the Month. And NBA Players Association is working on an agreement to have an All-Star game played on March 7th in Atlanta, and they're gonna have it'll be a one-day thing. They'll have the skills competition too. I'm like,
they canceled the NFL Pro Bowl.
Yeah,
that was stupid.
I mean, the Pro Bowl's unwatchable anyway.
Yeah, it is unwatchable. But the skills competition, I usually like to watch the skills competition.
I like the dodgeball they play. Is it dodgeball?
Yeah.
They play
like
dodgeball.
there's some fun things, but the game is always whack. But
Watch the Pro Bowl.
I don't watch the Pro
I
Bowl.
think the last one I watched was when Sean Taylor damn near took a man's soul.
I definitely watched that one.
I can't tell you. I know I tried to watch one and I was like, wow,
No.
why is this game so bad? But like,
It's not even a game. It's just like.
I think it was the one when it was like Jerry Rice and Deion Sanders were like, it was like the first time they coached it. Yeah.
Oh, that was a few years ago.
Yeah.
All right. Also in NBA, Nikola Jokic and Joel Embiid were players of the month for December and January. I mean, Embiid's finally getting his big behind down in the post.
Finally, Jokic just being Jokic.
Yeah. Embiid, he's in the top. He's in the conversation for MVP. The numbers he's putting up this year.
How long it'll last though with him? That's the only thing.
I think Doc's been on his behind, so.
I like Embiid. I like Jokic a little better though.
All right. All right. NCAA, Boston College versus Florida State. The game that was supposed to be played yesterday got postponed because contact tracing within Florida State's program. So BC, I think they're back on the court Saturday. Northeastern's weekend matchup against Delaware, it's postponed. Contact tracing. North Carolina and Duke this Saturday. It's going to be the first time both teams are unranked and both teams are kind of sorry.
Isn't it like since like 1960, like 3 or something like that?
It's the first in 153 matchups.
Wow.
Yeah, I ain't trying to do that math.
This is how you know Duke's bad. They don't have a white guy on that team that the world hates.
Yeah, because that dude hurt. Yeah, he's alright. He's pretty good.
Yeah,
Tall dude.
yeah. When Duke's good, there's always that one white guy that everybody hates. They usually have one white guy
It's been a while though.
Grayson Allen was the last one.
Yeah.
Grayson Allen.
I mean, he was out there shooting people, but he karate kid leg sweep.
You know who I was surprised that a lot of people despise? Greg Paulus. Remember him?
Really?
Yeah, Greg Paulus.
I didn't know that.
I like him. He wasn't even that good. What?
Nah, he's really a football guy.
Yeah, but he's one of the guys one of the Duke white guys that people despise. I'm like,
What about the other guy, the shooter? Begins with an S.
Shire or
Shire. Yeah, he was cool.
Yeah, he was cool. Yeah.
He played with Nolan Smith, right?
Yeah. No,
Shire was
he
cool.
didn't dislike him. I mean that. But then we go to
He was nice though. That's why.
then we go to Christian Laettner and JJ Redick. You know you dislike when there's a documentary called "I Hate Christian Laettner."
Wow.
But Christian Laettner was like he was kind of warranted. Like
Yeah, he
Yeah.
was.
6'11".
He was doing some suspect stuff on the court.
Like JJ was just like he was just nice. JJ was nice.
JJ just went to Duke.
Yeah, knocked everything down.
Yeah, that was his problem. If he went to any other school, he would have. But he went to Duke and he was good. So he was like, I think he talked about it one time. Like he didn't want to play no more because like the end of the hate that he was getting was ridiculous. But,
Is there some type of history behind that?
Yeah, Laettner.
Yeah, Christian Laettner.
Laettner started that.
Yeah, Christian Laettner.
I have no idea who that is.
Really?
I don't follow basketball.
I mean, but honestly though, if you watch the NBA, then you wouldn't know who Laettner is because he's like one of the greatest college basketball players ever.
Yeah, only player to play in 4 straight Final Fours.
Damn.
Yeah.
Solid NBA career, but not compared to his college career.
I mean, I think with those guys at that point, they've been beaten up so much, especially for 4 years, and then you get to the league, it's like, damn, I'm dealing with more physical guys, and
he getting paid. So
but he had a long career too. But he made an All-Star.
Solid career, but compared to his college, he was like God in college. So.
I talked to Bill Curley, a former Boston College player. He's at Emerson now. He's a coach at Emerson. He pretty much told me, he's like, yeah, by the time they got to the NBA, he had a 7-year career in the NBA, but he said by the time he got to the NBA, he was just like all beat up from all those battles in the Big East. When the Big East was, woo.
You know, I have a belief that like a lot of times when you have like a star player in college, whether it's football, baseball, I always feel like the only reason why they didn't reach their great potential in when they get to the pros is they were mismanaged. They weren't properly coached. Because you can't have someone with all that talent who plays that well, and then they get to the pros and they just drop off. You're gonna have it. You're gonna have people who just can't handle the big stage. But I also think that coaching comes into play.
That's why they also say like certain pros will go to certain schools because of the
program.
The pro turnaround. Like, a lot of guys go to Calipari because he knows how to get you to the league and things like that.
Yeah,
definitely. All right, John Chaney passed away last week. Legendary coach for Temple University, who had probably one of my favorite post-game moments when he wanted to beat up John Calipari. He stormed in Eddie Jones had to hold him back. Where Eddie Jones is out there in a tennis towel.
That's one of my favorite coaches.
Yeah,
man.
John Chaney. Yeah, he did a lot for the people in Philadelphia, for a lot of young men in Philadelphia. So, and I think he went to 5 Elite Eights at Temple. At Temple.
I used to watch Lynn Gray a lot.
Yeah.
Lynn Gray is giving boys buckets.
Definitely. So, rest in peace to him. WWE. Edge won the Royal Rumble. I didn't know Edge was still wrestling. I thought he was done after that whole neck stuff, but he's back and he won the Royal Rumble.
Wow.
The Royal Rumble happened?
Yeah, it happened.
Edge.
Over the weekend.
Like, wow.
I'm not gonna lie to you. It always bothered me when they try to propel Edge into something that he really ain't.
Like, Edge is so old at this point, yo.
Edge been wrestling since '97.
Let's be
Yeah.
real. Edge is like X-Pac in the frame. He's not even big enough to be a heavyweight champion in the WWE. Let's be real.
Yeah.
Come, that's like me being a WWE champion at the heavyweight. Like, come on, bro. Like, no.
I mean, there's no real weight classes in WWE.
Intercontinental, maybe.
Intercontinental.
Maybe, but heavyweight.
Hardcore
Like,
championship.
come on, bro. You got like Brock Lesnar.
I just think it's crazy that Edge is even around anymore. Like,
They
there's
got
some
Goldberg
guys.
in there too. Goldberg was the first match.
Edge ain't even that old though. He came in kind of like the back end when we were kind of like forgetting about wrestling.
Yeah, like him and his brother Edge and Christian came in like towards that moment when we were like getting ready to stop watching wrestling.
Yeah.
But they were always the undercards, like the late '90s.
Yeah.
They were always the undercards.
But like even still, like even if you say he was like 20, it's definitely been like
Forever.
15 years. You talk. Well, yeah. So maybe he might only be like in his late 30s, early 40s.
That's what I mean.
Hogan wrestled until he was like 60.
Yeah, but I just don't like how they propel these guys that couldn't hold a candle to like
My man said
candlestick to
Hogan.
the Undertaker, Warrior, even Ronin. I know a little bit about some of the guys that are wrestling. I got to
I
see them on
don't.
my phone. I don't really know them, but like, I
Yeah.
know some. Them guys is ginormous people.
Yeah.
Edge, come on, man.
Yeah. I feel you. I never was an Edge fan. I never was really an Edge
You
fan.
can see, I'm still not. And I'm
Yeah.
just watching wrestling.
Roman Reigns ran over somebody with his with a golf cart.
Nice.
On purpose?
I think,
Or
yeah.
like during like a match or something.
I think on purpose.
But a golf cart?
Yeah.
Who did he run over? A dweeb?
I think it was like Kevin Owens or something like that.
Oh, so
Like ran over or hit.
Ran him over.
he can't. Owens? Another wrestler?
Yeah.
He didn't run no wrestler over with a golf cart. He about to hit him.
He ran him over.
He's not running no wrestler over with a
You
golf
can
cart.
run them over. The wheels move on top of your body.
You know this is all acting.
Yeah.
That's what I was asking. Was it real life or in a match?
No, it was real life. Not real life, but
this
you know,
was a
wrestling
match.
life.
Yeah,
That's what I was asking.
Oh, it was.
No, yeah. Oh, yeah, it was a match.
You see?
How did they get to a golf cart?
They had a golf cart in the.
Okay.
So the golf cart must have been like this. He just rolled with the golf cart. This guy is too big to get rid of a golf cart. He would have stopped. Like,
All right.
Wrestling's funny, man.
Hilarious.
ridiculous.
All right. So Major League Baseball, Dustin Pedroia, former Red Sox, he retired 2008 AL MVP. I thought he's been retired, but he retired.
To be real with you, I saw that and I was like, yo, you still play baseball, bro?
honestly, all I thought was
This dude here.
like he's not even retired too. Left.
All right. Former Mets manager and current Angels manager. This dude, he's being investigated for improper behavior. I guess he was texting some women employees, some stuff he shouldn't be texting. I think he was sending them pics and stuff like that. This is what the report said. This is all alleged, but this is some of the stuff. So he's being investigated right now. He'll probably be out of a job by tomorrow. So
Definitely.
yeah, you can't be doing that. People still don't learn their
I
lesson.
don't understand these high-profile people. You can't just go get.
Well, you know what? Here's my thing. It's like you don't like we all we hear is that he sent inappropriate pictures. Cause like, what was the context? Was she like send me a picture of it, and then he sends it, and she's like, he's sending me pictures of his junk.
From what the people that received him said, this was very unwarranted and
Yeah,
unnecessary.
and that does happen, yo. Chicks will say all the time. I hear chicks say all the time, like dudes will say, "Hey, what's up?" And then they're like, "Oh, nothing much," and then they right after that, you know.
Yeah.
Eggplant pic coming through, and it's like, what?
Yeah.
How is that the move?
The world is different.
The conversation.
Yeah.
It make you feel like
Like you didn't even get like 3 lines into the thread, and you already sending the eggplant.
Like how your day been?
It's like, I mean, that's a lot of confidence in your eggplant. Like, I got no depth, so I'm just gonna show you how deep I can go.
Oh my god.
And maybe that will be. And you know what? I feel like in order for a dude to be doing it that often, he has to have some sort of percentage of success. There's chicks out there who are like, okay,
You gotta just
I see what you're working with. Let's do this.
You have to be bold.
You gotta be bold sometimes.
All right. The Bruins defeated the Capitals 5-3 on Monday. The Bruins are now 9-6 on the season. This is after they had lost to the Capitals a couple nights earlier in overtime. So that is it with our sports update. And I'm sure there's some stuff that's happening that I'm probably missing. So whatever. We'll catch you next week.
You know,
And-
there's like 3 women who will be working during the Super Bowl, a ref and 2 coaches. So shout out to the women out there.
Look at that. There you go. All right. Top 10. And then we're going to make our Super Bowl picks. And this is top 10 NBA plays, not NFL. NBA plays. Top 10 NBA plays. And then we're going to come back, make our picks, and we're done. And we are back. All right, before we get up out of here, we're going to start with, we're going to end with our Super Bowl picks. And, you know, he's the guest, so guest goes first.
Tampa Tom taking it home because that's all he knows how to do is win Super Bowl games.
Changing the God. Mahomes. Chiefs.
Now, my head is telling me pick Kansas City. Everything is telling me to pick Kansas City.
Gotta go with your heart.
And I'm picking Kansas City. Sorry.
Oh, no.
Sorry. I just can't get that image of 210 yards in the first quarter out of my head. I'd love to pick the Bucks. 210 yards in the first quarter.
Can we just do a quick little Mike Evans, Chris Godwin, Rob Gronkowski, Antonio Brown, Cameron Brate, Leonard Fournette, Ronald Jones.
31-28.
Tom Brady.
31-28. Kansas City. I'm going to play some bets too. All right.
You're calling 31-28?
31-28, Kansas City. All right. Let's see. Follow him, Mr. Burn23 on Instagram. Craig, you got an Instagram?
I do. Craig, _ Craig.awesome.
_ Craig.awesome. Jim Bag Entertainment. Make sure you tailor the tape. It's coming on. There'll be a new episode. LCTV.com. LynnTV.org. I can't even say it. LynnTV.org. Go to the website. YouTube channel. Facebook. Lynn Community Television. All that good stuff. We got a whole bunch of stuff up on there. Make sure you check us out. We'll be back next week. Have a great day.